this video, I'm going to show you how you can go from receiving your DiamondEdge Impact Etching machine to starting to use it in your business in less than half a day. What we have in front of us is the box with DiamondEdge Sprinter 300 model. The Max and Super Max models are slightly bigger. They're a little bit more cumbersome to unpack, but it doesn't change the fact that you can start using your etching machine in less than half a day. So let's start. As you can see, this machine is compact enough to be lifted by one person. And it's designed to be put on top of the headstone so that the size of your headstone, the size of your stone, is not really limited. But in our particular case, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it on the table, and then we'll use it in this way. It's a little bit of improvised setting in my office. As you can see, the machine has the layer of cork glued to its body so that when you place it on the headstone, on the stone will not get scratched. The machine comes fully assembled, doesn't need any assembly, and as you can see, I just unpacked it in like 10 minutes. So the next step is to connect it to the computer and to do the test etching, basically to calibrate it. Okay, so the machine is pulled out of the crate and is put on top of the table. If you got yourself Max or Super Max model, you need to attach the legs, pull it out of the crate and install. Very similar. So at this point, what you need to do is you need to connect the machine to your computer. And the machine actually uses network connection to connect to the computer. And there's multiple ways to do it. You can do wired connection. You can connect to your etching machine wirelessly. The machine has its own Wi-Fi, and it actually acts as a router. So what you can do, you can plug the machine to your wireless router and connect the computer to the same wireless router wirelessly, and they will see each other. So there's multiple ways, like probably five ways I know of to connect them so that the computer starts seeing the machine. But since my laptop does not have a network socket, I'm just using this adapter from network to USB. Plugging it into my computer, plugging it into my computer to USB. Yeah, and the other end goes to the etcher, and the other end goes to the keyboard to position the head goes into USB socket, and I forgot to plug the power cable. Let me go and take it better. Okay, so the last thing is powering it up, plugging in the power cable, and I'll turn it on to make sure the machine boots up. So when I turn it on, this LED light starts flashing what I want to think is orange, and that means the machine is being booted up. There's like two computers inside of this yellow box that talk to each other, and when it's completely booted up, it turns to green with flashes of red. So that is like probably just 1 minute wait until it boots up. And by the way, I forgot to mention, if during the engraving process, first of all, the machine uses the standard 110 electrical outlet, and it consumes barely any power, maybe like a couple of incandescent light bulbs. 100, 200 watts. So it will definitely not cost a lot to run in terms of electricity. And if during the engraving process the electricity fails, you can resume from the same spot. I actually made a separate video on that, which you can watch in my channel. I'll add the link to the description of this particular video. So it's booted up, it's green with flashes of red, and that is the moment when you call me and tell me, Andre, we are ready for training. That is when I connect to your computer over some screen sharing utility. I can see everything you see, and I will train you for, typically the session takes between 2 to 3 hours so that you know how to use the machine, you know how to not to break it. And usually that initial 2 to 3 hour session is absolutely enough for you to start using the etcher comfortably. That's why I'm saying you should be able to get up and running in less than half a day. So once I trained you how to use the machine, the next step we do is calibration. Machine needs to be calibrated to work with your particular stone. We do it once, and then we'll just leave it alone. Okay, to start the calibration process, we obviously need to run the software that comes with the machine, which I'll help you install remotely when I connect to you for training. So we'll run the software. It's called DG Studio. The icon of the etcher appears immediately, which is really good sign. That means my computer connected to the etcher is connected to the etcher and it sees the etcher. Okay, so I can initialize it now. It's going to its home position, and now I can use the keyboard to actually move and position my engraving pen. Okay, and I've just put a piece of stone inside of the machine's frame for us to do the calibration. Okay, so remember, by this time you already had your training, and you know how to use all of this. You know how to position the head, and you know how to position the engraving on the stone. So I'm not going to go to all of these details. By now, you had the training and you know how to do it, okay? So we are opening the calibrating image on this computer, and that is just the image that contains all of the colors from perfect black to perfect white. And our goal is to make sure that this square looks more or less the same on the computer. So, sorry, on the stone as it looks on the computer. So what I'm going to do, because this is just like factory settings, I'm going to create my own material definition. I'm going to call it Jarvis 97 DPI. And again, Jarvis DPIs, this all will be explained to you. You will understand it by now, because you will have just been trained by me, okay? And I'm going to set it up with certain settings that I think are suitable, but ultimately, initial calibration will require multiple attempts to do so. So basically what we do, we'll engrave that calibrating square, and then we'll take a look at what it came out like, and do necessary adjustments, and then do another test, okay? So the size that I'm going to engrave it at is approximately 1.5 by 1.5 inches, okay? But usually, but in order for us, like for this video, just to make it a bit bigger, I'll make it 2 by 2 inches, okay? 2 by 2. And I'm starting my engraving job, quickly checking that it's positioned correctly. I'm lowering the speed of movement so that I can position it easier. And then I'm starting my engraving. Okay, our first test is done. We engraved the calibrating square. Then I'm moving the head away and I'm brushing off the dust to better understand. I think it's kind of, it should be completely bright on the top, it should be black at the bottom, and you should see the smooth change in between. So what I think we've overdone is the brighter side. It's a little bit overexposed. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to go to my material definition and I'm going to adjust it accordingly to make it less bright on the top, okay? Right now the top brightness is around 790. I'm probably going to bring it to around 680. So let me do just that. And then do another test. Next to our previous one so that we can take a look and compare. I think it's slightly better. But then again, I like bright engraving. I think we might as well just go with it. You see, we have 2 or 3 lines total white, 2 or 3 lines kind of black, and we have halftones. Maybe it's on the brighter side, but I'd say let's go ahead with this particular setting and see how it comes out. So what I would like to do now, I would like to actually engrave real stone, the flat marker, 24 by 12 inches high. And that marker is obviously a little bit too thick to be, well, it's small enough so that we cannot put the etcher on top of it, because remember, the compact etcher is mostly designed to put on top of the headstone. But flat marker is small enough so that we cannot put the frame on top of it. So we have to put it inside of the frame and then find a way to bring the frame up a little bit. And I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay, so here's a flat marker we're going to engrave today. And as you can see, even though the head of our machine actually tracks the surface of the stone, it can only do it within certain range. And this is the highest position. And it's not high enough for our stone. So as you can see, the head of the machine will not be able to go high enough to the surface of the stone. So we need to raise the frame. And to do that I'm using these razors. They're basically 3D printed designs designed by me, and they allow you to bring the frame of the machine to the level of the stone. So 2 on one side, you see they have like 2 different steps for different heights. 4 on one side and 2 on the other side. And here I'm improvise a little bit. Okay. All right, so granted, this table I'm using is a little bit shaky, but the good thing about it, the table shakes together with everything shakes together, so it's not too bad. It's not the optimal environment in your production, but for our demonstration in my small office, it's okay. So now we have brought the frame of the machine to the level where it can lower the head and actually engrave the stone. You see, now the head reaches the stone. Now, if you wonder, we now have basically 2 problems. We have a problem of positioning the stone so that it's within the range of the machine, because this machine has an engraving field of approximately 23.5 or 24 inches this way. Good enough for the stone, but we need to make sure we use all of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the head to the very, very, very corner where it starts, okay? And that's where our stone needs to start as well. So a little bit of a movement, move it all the way down. And we just need to position it so that it's in the very corner of our stone. Okay. And we have much more leeway on this position, because we can do, this one is 12 inches and we can do as big as almost 16 inches. So I'm going to shift it a little bit this way. Okay. Again, check that we all the way here. So I need to move it a little bit in this direction. Okay, so from this position, everything seems to be okay. Now I just want to run to another position and check that the stone actually fits within our engraved field. So I'll quickly increase the speed and run to the opposite direction until the head stops. And there we just lower it all the way, and it's definitely enough. Okay, everything is fine on this front, but now if you think about it, now we just have to solve the last problem is how do we align the stone versus the machine frame? And the easiest way to do it is basically I'm the one that I found out at least. I'm moving the head so that it's on the very edge of the stone, lowering to the edge, looking at it like from this standpoint, and then I'm running it just along the edge to the opposite direction, checking that it stays aligned. So it should be on that edge on one side and on that edge on another side. And it's just a little bit out of line. So I'm going to move it just a tiny bit. Yes, it's good here. And moving to another side, it's good there as well. So now it's more or less, actually it's pretty aligned. And now I just need to position it in my starting position for my future engraving. It's a little bit cumbersome, takes a little bit of time. None of it is rocket science. You just need to do it diligently and carefully. And if you had your training by now, you will know that because this machine feels where the stone is, it should not leave the surface of the stone at all times. That's why it's important to position it correctly, which we just did. All right, so that is our starting position. We're going to that is our starting position. We're going to save it for the future. Save position. And I'm going to open a beautiful design that I'm going to engrave right now, and we'll see how it comes out. So, as you can see, we just received this etcher. And actually, let's play the entire snare from beginning to the end. You receive the etcher, you unpack this. Took me for the compact etcher maybe 10 minutes. For the larger etcher to pull it out of the box, attach the legs, flip it over, you need another person, and you probably will be done in 30 minutes. Then you install the software on your computer, you call me, I connect to your computer, train you in 2 to 3 hours, and that's it. You're ready to run it. From that point on, you're ready to take customer orders. Customer comes to you, they provide you with requirements, they bring you photograph, for example. You don't have to worry about how to prepare a photograph for engraving. You go to our Image Mart service, I will set you up. It doesn't cost anything in terms of monthly fee, it only costs flat fee per portrait. You upload your portrait to our service, pay us $25, it's flat fee, we don't charge by hour. As long as it's the same portrait, you don't pay anything extra. You got it back from us, you don't like something, you want changes, all of the changes are made for the same fee. You don't pay anything extra. Or you want to create a layout that is as beautiful as what you see here, it will cost you probably additional $25, like $50. And you will be able to, I'm not sure how much you add to the cost of stone for this engraving. I would assume probably $500 to $700, at least, I hope. And that's it. You're ready to run. In half a day, you're ready to print money with this machine. And the whole idea is, whatever you charge for the engraving that you add to your headstone, be it flat marker, small marker like this, or be it a big stone where you put this machine on top of, everything goes to your bottom line except those $25 you pay us for image preparation. If you want us to do it for you, you can still do it yourself. This machine is the highest margin producing asset in your business. And that's why they are so popular. They really, literally, well, not literally, figuratively print money in your business. Okay, so we've loaded our flat marker. We've entered the dimensions. Now all that we need to do is start the etching job. So the engraving has completed, and because we were hitting the stone physically with sharp diamond, there's some dust on the surface. So let me move the head away a little bit and vacuum off that dust. So here it is. There's a little bit of glare. I'm not sure how visible it is, but if you ask me, it looks beautiful. It's white, as bright as it gets. No need to highlight anything. Fresh out of the etching machine. It looks way brighter than anything that laser could produce. And it was very easy to do, very easy to use. So that was your end-to-end demonstration of our DiamondEdge 300 Sprinter Impact Etching machine. Now you know how you can start using it in just half a day and pretty much start printing money in your business, because this machine, if you're in the monument business, is probably the best contributor to your bottom line. If you're still on the fence about getting this machine, contact me at the phone number shown at the bottom of this video, or you can go to impactetching.com, youtube.com/impactetching, or facebook.com/impactetching. I hope you had fun watching this video. Thank you very much.